Anthony Franciosa was arrested right at the scene after a violent fight on a movie set. He was a rising star, just starting to get strong support from Hollywood, but suddenly his name was linked with violence overnight. The police showed up, filming stopped, and the media quickly called him a dangerous actor. That moment did not just stop a project. It started a question that followed him for the rest of his life. Was he a great actor, or a man always close to losing control? Not many people knew that behind the stage lights and emotional acting was a childhood full of pain. He grew up with feelings of being left behind and had trouble controlling his anger. Franciosa did not come into Hollywood feeling confident. He carried deep emotional wounds. Those same wounds made him a powerful and intense actor that people could not ignore, but they also pushed him to ruin many chances in his life. He was once nominated for an Academy Award and worked with some of the biggest stars of his time. But he also kept losing things, roles, contracts, relationships, because he could not control himself. Success came fast, but failure came even faster. This is not just a story about fame. It is about a man pulled between talent and darkness. And the question stays, what happens when a person becomes his own worst enemy? Anthony George Franciosa was born on October 25, 1928, in Little Italy, New York, a place where life was about surviving day by day. His father worked in construction, his mother was a seamstress, and their lives were focused on getting through each day. There was no sign he would become an actor, and nothing around him supported big dreams. But that life did not last long enough to guide him. When Franciosa was just 1 year old, his parents divorced. After that, his father was basically gone from his life. It was not a sudden memory, but a slow disappearance. There was no relationship, no clear memory, just an empty space where his father should have been. He grew up with his mother and aunt, who cared for him, but there was no strong structure to guide his behavior or emotions. There was no steady discipline, and later in life, he often reacted quickly without thinking. In stressful situations, he acted before calming down. After leaving high school, he did not have a clear career plan. He worked different jobs like welding, cooking, and being a ship steward. These jobs were fast and stressful, leaving no time to process emotions. Feelings were either used right away or pushed aside. His path to acting did not start with a big plan, but with a small moment. While visiting a YMCA for free dance lessons, he saw an audition for a play. Without preparation, he tried out and got a role. It was not a big dream come true, but it opened a new door. For the first time, his emotions could be used in a creative way. That small moment slowly gave him direction, not because he planned it, but because people noticed his natural ability. In the late 1940s, Franciosa started acting in New York theater. He was not fully trained yet, just trying to survive in a tough industry. In 1948, he performed at the Cherry Lane Theater, a small off-Broadway stage where many young actors practiced. These roles did not bring fame, but they taught him how to stand on stage and connect with an audience. Around that time, he joined the Actors Studio, where actors trained deeply by using personal emotions. He worked under Lee Strasberg and learned method acting, which focused on real feelings. Results did not come right away, but he started taking on roles with deeper emotions. By 1953, he appeared on Broadway in the play End as a Man. This was a big step, but he was still not famous. He was still proving himself in a competitive world. In 1954, he continued acting in Wedding Breakfast, staying active but not yet successful. Between acting jobs, he still worked other jobs to survive. Acting was not stable yet, and life was uncertain. Then, things changed very fast. Franciosa went from a struggling actor to someone in a powerful role that required deep emotion. A Hat Full of Rain was a difficult play about addiction and struggle. He did not just act in it, he fully lived it. At first, it did not get huge attention, but slowly people noticed. Critics and audiences saw something real and uncomfortable in his performance. He was nominated for a Tony Award and won the Outer Critics Circle Award. His name started to be taken seriously. This was not just fame, it was respect. He did not act in a polished way. His performance felt raw and unfinished, which made it powerful. Critics saw him as someone who could handle deep emotional roles. When he moved into film in 1957, he kept the same acting style. In the movie version of A Hat Full of Rain, he stayed true to his stage performance, which brought strong tension to the screen. This earned him an Academy Award nomination. That same year, he appeared in other films like A Face in the Crowd and This Could Be the Night. These roles showed he could adapt while staying true to his style. He did not try to stand out too much but reacted naturally in scenes. He also won recognition at the Venice Film Festival. In a short time, he moved from stage to film success, something that usually takes years. But with this fast success came pressure. He continued working the same way, even in bigger projects with higher demands. In Wild is the Wind, 1957, he acted alongside strong performers like Anna Magnani. Instead of competing with her intensity, he held back, using silence and small reactions to balance the scene. But the emotional pressure did not stop when filming ended. In 1957, he was sentenced to 10 days in jail for assaulting a photographer. This event changed how people saw him. His real life and acting started to mix together in public opinion. In 1958, he worked with Paul Newman and Joanne Woodward in The Long Hot Summer. He had to fit into a structured system where every move mattered. That same year, he played Francisco Goya in The Naked Maya, earning a high salary, showing he had become a major star. But problems continued. In 1959, he was jailed again for marijuana charges and was involved in a car accident. These repeated issues started forming a pattern. Still, he won a Golden Globe for Career in 1959. Even with success, his behavior made things harder. Over time, fewer leading roles came his way. There was no sudden fall, just a slow change. Opportunities became less frequent. People in the industry started seeing him as difficult to work with. He kept working, but his position changed. By the 1960s, he moved more into television. In 1964, he starred in Valentine's Day, but it lasted only one season. Television required consistency, which was harder for him. In The Name of the Game, 1968 to 1971, he was a main character, but conflicts grew. Unlike films, TV schedules were tight, and delays caused problems. Over time, small issues built up. In 1970, he was fired from the show. This was a major turning point. After that, he continued acting but moved between short projects without building long-term success. In the 1980s, his roles became smaller. He appeared in films like Tenebrae and guest roles on TV. He no longer held leading positions. In Finder of Lost Loves, 1984 to 1985, he had a lead role again, but it did not last. In the 1990s, he returned to stage in Grand Hotel. His final film role was small, in City Hall, 1996. After that, his career quietly faded. In his personal life, relationships followed a similar pattern. His first marriage in 1952 ended as his career grew. He then married Shelley Winters, but their intense personalities led to conflict, ending in 1960. His third marriage lasted longer but still ended in 1970. He had 3 children, but family life was unstable. His fourth marriage to Rita Teal was more stable, but not perfect. In his later years, his life slowed down. He lived in Los Angeles, away from the spotlight. His roles became rare, and he quietly stepped away from acting. In 2006, he died from a stroke at age 77. Just 5 days earlier, Shelley Winters also passed away. Looking back, Franciosa is remembered as both a talented actor and a troubled man. His emotional acting style brought truth to his roles, but also made him hard to manage. His life shows both success and struggle, existing side by side without a clear ending.